Welcome back to Sunny Cove, where today we are tackling the important issue that we have with diesel production, which should mean we're going to be wasting less resources trying to buy it from the surrounding villages. So before we start cracking on with that, if we have a look at where we're producing diesel at the minute, let's move it to years. You can see consumption in red, and I mean, as soon as we're producing it, we end up using it. I think there's some timing differences between why it's not perfectly aligned, but essentially we are struggling with the amount of diesel that we have. There we go. Last year, I suppose, production 200, consumption 269, which is why I'm slowly purchasing new diesel every single time. Well, not every time. Every few in-game months, I'm having to stock up on diesel to keep the trucks running. And if they stop, then we are in particularly big trouble. So let's start. We're not going from scratch because obviously we've already got our oil pumps running, albeit that one doesn't have any energy. But the reserves aren't too bad. We've got 2/3 left of this. Now, longer term planning will mean, so well, I suppose first worth saying we're going to be building the diesel over here. So longer term planning means that we are going to need to ship in some crude oil from an oil rig, and we have already found an oil rig. Now we need to repair it. We need to grab a cargo ship to transport it back and forth, and probably the most difficult of all those tasks would be building an actual port location off the back of here. But that's not a problem for now. Now, we have 2/3 of our oil reserves left. We've got this inefficient and slow system currently, and instead we're going to upgrade it to the advanced diesel, which means we have two different stages of distillation, and currently it means we'll produce some different types of oil. So heavy, medium, and light. We can use the medium currently to produce the diesel, and I don't think there's yet. I think I'd have to get further research to use the rest. I can't remember exactly when they get released, but as far as I recall, heavy and light is relatively useless right now. So let's get started. And it's worth saying, so in order to start this process off, we'll need the crude oil. Like I said, already got that. We will need some steam, high pressure steam. So we can use a boiler for that, which needs water and coal. And we've got the coal storage here. The water, however, is more of an issue. Although, in theory, we could use the water system that's up here. Let me just check if there's any other water on this island. No. Definitely not. Not even sure. Oh, there is one over there. I'm not going anywhere near there yet, though. I don't think I actually realised before that this is this giant crater. This is the Armageddon map. This giant crater looks like it's a very rich oil well in the middle, if you think it's relative to this site. But there we go, getting slightly ahead of ourselves there. So temporarily we can hook up to that water pump, but we do have a basic desalination process, which means we could just run seawater instead. I think we'll worry about that. Oh, we'll get it going. And in fact, I might as well, while I'm here, I'll get the cargo depot sorted as well. We'll grab some power. Oh, actually, that one from the queue. I am happy with the retaining walls. Right, so get that going. I think for the time being, then, to get this up and running, we will just bring water over. Might have to have a bridge or two, because we're going to block off this iron mine here, we may see this struggle to pump out that much water. So potentially another groundwater pump. Cross that bridge. So in terms of actual location, then I think we're fine. I mean, ideally I'd want to push this a bit further back, but I don't want to get rid of the current diesel production before we create this one. But this is a nice clean patch that we flattened when I had forgotten you can't place farmland on anything other than dirt, i.e. this is what blocked it here, this gravelly part. Means we do have a nice location here to start building. And we can start. So I'm going to somewhat attempt to future-proof it by running 2 parallel systems. And in theory, we could then just duplicate it to the side. I mean, currently the trucks are mainly using this to get up. So potentially we'd have to flatten some more land and duplicate it to the left, but that's the theory at least. And trying to keep the orientation so the steam will come down the central gap here. So I'm trying to keep it with a 3 gap everywhere. I think it looks a bit neater when it's not all on top of each other. Yes, so that second stage. So the first stage will have crude oil come in with some high steam. We'll get medium, heavy, and some sour water that we'll need to dispose of. The medium will go into the distillation stage 2 with some more high steam, and we'll get diesel and light. Now there are further oil cracking processes to be done to make use of those other types of oil other than medium, but for now we do not have that luxury. So we're actually just going to pipe straight down the middle. Now I'll leave that open because there will be a third stage in the not so distant future. But we do need to get rid of, and I wonder if do you need to get rid of this sour water. So basically going to flow in reverse to the high power steam alkyne. And in terms of the heavy and light, we are going to have to get rid of it. Oh, here's the easy connection. We can do that. Get rid of that there. And assuming I don't make any mistakes, I suppose I can at least hit place that will start to produce some of this. And yeah, so I think realistically we are going to duplicate this process on the left rather than the right, so I can probably have my fluid storage on the right hand side. So this one there, that'll be for our heavy. This one there for our medium. This one further up for our diesel. Right, so let's get the medium in. Now this is going to have to go too high. Then it can come down. We'll follow the same process though with this going up to too high. Good, that's the. So I'll label these up so I don't forget. That's heavy. That's medium. That's heavy again. That's medium. Sorry, that's light. Medium is what we burn to get this. This will be diesel. And the diesel is going to come through here. Oh, I don't know what actually. I think I connected that. Not so good. It's going to want to connect because there's a junction there. There we go. I think I'm glad I spotted that then, because that's one of those things where it would confuse me for a while as to why it's not working, and then I would finally realise there's a pipe broken. So there we go. We got one of the first distillation stages done. And in fact, it may be better if I'm not too worried about the pipes, but if I get one side done, then I can unlock the other side. So next thing is we need a boiler. Now, I should have said that the ratios kind of tie up nicely between stage 1 and stage 2, so we get 48 medium oil out. We use 48 medium oil, so we don't have to worry about running any odd ratios here. And in terms of the steam, we have 6 from stage 1, 3 from stage 2, so 9 from each line, 18 altogether. I think the boiler's over double that. 48, yeah. So that's not too much of an issue. So I'm going to try and make the most of this process. Maybe if I flip this around. A bit inefficient because I'm attempting to reuse what's already there, but can't have everything, at least not this early on. New shape. So do need another bit of water storage here. If I actually prioritize this and throw some water in, I may just transport it before I'm even worrying about where it could possibly come from. So that's, yeah, that's my steam in. Please check what's what now. And I just need to, not flare, I need a smokestack. Get rid of the pollution, the exhaust that comes from the boiler, and that has reminded me I do in fact need. Right, I'm going to flare this off completely. In theory, what I could do is if I placed a balancer, I'll make sure I pause this. And say if here was connected to my tank, I could prioritize that and have a flare off the side, so it would always prioritize bringing in the heavy oil to the storage rather than flare it off. But for the sake of right now, when we don't even have a purpose for it, I will save our resources. There we go. And I will just build 2 flares in it. So it's not really going to store it, it's just going to burn it straight into the atmosphere, which currently is a complete waste, but the only option that we have. So we'll take it. So this one will be ready to go very shortly. If I can just hurry up and get this one done. Start to store some of that water to quick finish that. And that, in fact. Do you need to change the orientation of this? I actually see where the arrow is going on this one. Right, that probably is fine. Right. So it was neat until now, but we are sending this out. This is waste ball. And we can't bring another pipe off it here. Oh, get this to place. There we go. I think we got that. With 3 of us up there and down. And then we will take this here. Now, I think in theory, other than getting things finished off, we are done with placing things. However, I will be massively confident of that until, oh, what's that big done? Until it's actually running and functioning, and then we can start to get rid of some of this, the old production that we have. So, while that's being produced, if I actually turn planning mode on, because this is some bonus stuff that I'm not necessarily too worried about just yet. In fact, one, I would actually just like a second storage. So I have a second storage. And this first one, even though we are working on tech that's going to give us some more power, for the sake of it, I do want to just move the power here. Well, we are attempting to eat up a lot of power. So I might actually place completely disoriented. That's further back here, is it? I'll maybe place 4 down. I'll go with 3 actually, and then like I said, we're gonna change this around anyway. As in terms of what makes some use of the advanced tech, which is, yeah, 3rd on our queue. So we've already got the boiler, but we've got like high pressure turbines and power generators, rather than what we're currently got. So if we quick finish that one. I think it's very, they filled up the water. We've got a ton of, well, that's going to just do with some pipes now. Okay. That's an important one to bring the steam in. See, it's filling up with crude oil, albeit slowly because of this whole other section here. We'll do that because I'll forget otherwise. Now it's getting the steam as well. Yep. Just desperately is that the smokestack to get rid of the exhaust fumes. Now, we should have this done. So you see the heavy oil is now empty. It won't flare off though. You're gonna have to flare down. I'll do the same one on the light. Straight into the camera. That flame. That side's flared. Yeah, we're just struggling with the light oil, and we're not actually getting the diesel out anyway. So in theory, yeah, we're fine. We've got 80 diesel at the minute. We just need to get this done. I could probably turn some of this off. If I turn it off, I mean I'm just going to delete it. I don't tend to keep the old inefficient systems running if I don't have to. Especially on a run like this where I'm struggling with resources so much. So currently this diesel, see, we need to sort out fuel station. We need to repoint the diesel to the rubber, but or maybe place the rubber rather up here where the diesel currently is. So we'll see how that goes, because obviously it's a bit mix of salt water and what's this called? Wastewater. So I'm a little concerned about it getting tripped off, but we can always build a parallel line. It's not functioning too well. Which is not. Temporarily, I think we're good on rubber. Yeah, 77. I suppose if I put a balancer in that, that'd perhaps be fine. But we're going to remove stuff anyway, so I'm more worried about just getting the sour water out for now. What is the light? So we seem to be running fine, so it's already gone. But the crude oil that we were using, the basic distillate, was 24 diesel. This one side we've set up is now 36 with this one. Wow. We had a decent amount of construction parts. If you watched the previous videos, that wasn't the case, so I'm always a bit surprised when we can lay out construction parts too of that kind of quantity. Especially given this run. This is running through fine. So water is struggled down. It's going to be goals if it comes down here. It gets stuck. Right. For a second, let's pause it. In the meantime, oh, it's just, I think this was like the only place I could find it to lay it down. Oh, no. That wasn't actually that difficult to find. It's going to be difficult for it to actually get sent away, but was this it? Even though it's oh, I managed to make it straight away. Even though it can be placed there, it struggles with the lack of terrain. I suppose realistically, the only reason why it was there was because it snakes all the way around here for the waste. But we're going to do things slightly differently than I can. Maybe just place it a lot further down here. And then I can delete. And so just taking cells out. No, wrong place. And in theory, this is all fine. Lots of wasted materials going up in the air. You know, pause this. Let's see the water. supposed to be using 48 or 48 watt for 48 steam, but we're not actually fully saturating the use of that steam, so not too much of a concern there. Now, I imagine the sticky point's going to be more this crude oil. I'm getting that in. Just struggling with power. Oh, I don't know why I keep coming back to the copper production every single time. Oh dear, because they can get some fuel. I mean, well, for the sake of it, let's just grab a swallow man. Final time. These will at least help get the diesel generators going. Maintenance is in a much, much better place now. Which is good. I'm just struggling with extraction parts 1 now. Well, they're very close. I'm about to just finish one. I imagine they keep driving over with, yeah, just went down. They keep driving over with it, so I don't have the opportunity to quick deliver it, since you have to have all the resources. This will just about finish this off. I'm going to just finish these couple of bits, diesel generators, and hopefully we'll get the oil flowing fully. Whilst we're just waiting for that, I will check out where pipes 2 are. Right here. Right, I'm going to rejig this order. I'll finish that. I'll go pipes 2. And then I'll go power generation. We'll come back and relook at that once we've done a couple more of those techs. We're struggling with people as well. There do be people on the ship. Let's unload the crew temporarily. You need to upgrade this. That's not too much of a concern. I don't know where all my parts are being taken off to, unless it's just to make part 2. So struggling otherwise. We really just need those diesel generators up so I can pump more fuel, but I mean it's almost full now. I think we'll struggle to get through the. There we go, it is full. Or is they're all running now. But yeah, I think we're just going to struggle with the throughput. Because this produces... yeah, we are. Because this produces 36. We can only take 60, so we can only run just under 2. At time, so it's not really going to make any difference. We'll get one of them done for the sake of it. Now we have some automatically powered diesel generator. Generating those things, stacking out quite a bit as well. So we'll leave it there. We have got the diesel generation running. It's in a much better place now. It's not over. Still need to upgrade the pipes. Need to work on getting some water pulled in automatically rather than using the trucks, but maybe we'll work on using some seawater instead. Otherwise, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.